Welcome to Misquamicut Tonight with your host, Caswell Cook.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Misquamicut Beach. We are here live. You can hear the traffic go by, people playing music. We're right in front of the Misquamicut Tourist Center, and we're on the site of the Misquamicut Drive-In. The drive-in screen is right behind my head. And the reason why we're here doing the show from here tonight is because the guest we're going to talk tonight is going to be here at the drive-in this weekend. So hopefully you're watching us on the Misquamicut Facebook page or our YouTube page or the Caswell Cook Show or maybe even the Misquamicut Drive-In page. But wherever you're watching us from, make sure you type in the comments where you're watching us from. I know people from all over the country love Misquamicut Beach and come here, especially you folks from Connecticut, Massachusetts, and New York. So I'm going to bring on my guests tonight because we want to talk about what's happening this weekend at the drive-in. So Ben, our producer, is going to bring live on screen Jonathan Schmock.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Jonathan. Welcome to Misquamicut Beach.
Thank you. It's great to be at Misquamicut Beach. I'm almost got it.
It's good. You want all right? So it's Misquamicut.
Misquamicut.
Yeah. Wow, spoken like a local.
I'll have it by Friday night.
Now, if between now and Friday you can research and tell us on Friday what Misquamicut means in the original Native American Indian, then you'll be a definite local.
You're on, my friend.
All right, that's good.
I know about being a local beach boy. I'm from San Diego, so.
That's good. Yeah, so this, the trouble is with our beach is that we only got like 3 or 4 months where it's nice out, and then everything shuts down, for the winter. It gets sad, but this is the time of year, July and August. It's awesome.
I love it. I love that hazy, cloudy beach. It's fantastic. I'm looking forward to it.
So we want to talk to you about a few things, but I think one of the first things, since you're coming for the 2-night screening of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, let's start there.
Sure.
Because you had such an iconic scene in that movie. In fact, when I posted your picture that you were coming, all the memes underneath about Sausage King and all that. This movie is what, over 35 years old, but that role has probably followed you to this day. Am I correct?
Absolutely. We had no idea. We knew it was funny, but we did not know it would strike that chord. And all I can say is I'm glad that I still bear some resemblance to the young child that I was when we shot that, because, oh no, I've been Tahiti. I mean, all over the world, people, oh, you're that guy from Ferris, all the time.
Well, I tell you what, there could be a hell of a lot worse things in life to be remembered for.
Absolutely.
So Ben's got the scene queued up, and we're going to play a little piece just to refresh people's minds, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. So go ahead and roll tape, Ben.
Can we please get the hell out of here? This place gives me the creeps. Why didn't you tell me before you took me?
Hello, may I help you?
You can sure as hell try. Hi, I'm Abe Froman. Party at 3 for 12. Is there a problem?
You're Abe Froman,
That's right. I'm Abe Froman.
the Sausage King of Chicago.
Yeah, that's me.
Listen, young man, entre nous, I'm very busy here. Why don't you take the kids and go back to the clubhouse?
Are you suggesting that I'm not who I say I am?
I'm suggesting that you leave before I have to get snooty.
Snooty?
Snotty.
Snotty?
Okay, Abe, let's go.
No, I'm not going anywhere. No, we like to be seated.
Listen, young man, either you take the field trip outside or I'm going to have to call the police.
You're gonna call the police on me?
Yes.
Fine. As a matter of fact, I'll call them myself.
Yes. Call the police. This will be a hoot.
Do you ever get tired of seeing that scene?
No.
And
I mean, I don't see it that much. I've seen it a lot of times, but it's always fun to revisit it. I mean, I remember actually I was on a beach somewhere, and I looked into there's a hotel with windows, and I look in, and not only is Ferris Bueller on the TV in the hotel room, that scene is on the TV, and I'm like, I can't get away from this thing. But it's been such a blessing. I love it. It's a love-hate, and then it just a love.
So tell us about your acting career when you started off, and what were you doing before you got the role in Ferris Bueller?
I went to acting school in New York. I went to NYU, and I met one of my best friends, still to this day, is Jim Vallely, who's a writer now. He co-wrote Arrested Development, and we started a stand-up comedy team. We did stand-up comedy just in that boom of Seinfeld and Paul Reiser and all of those people. And NBC brought us out here to California and put us in a pilot and tried to do this and that with us. And then we got into writing, and our agent hooked us up with John Hughes. And we would just go and hang with him and pitch him ideas. And he was this amazing, cool guy who was just trying to figure stuff out. And he would call us up and say, hey, you guys, I got a print of Some Like It Hot, and I'm going to screen it at Universal at one of the screening rooms. You want to come? And we'd be like, yeah. And then he just said, I think we'd done some television acting and stuff like that. And then he said, you should audition for this Maitre D part in this thing I'm doing. And I did, and I got it. And it was fantastic.
A role like that, it's a great scene in the movie. Is that a one-day shoot, a 2-day? How long did it take to shoot that?
Oh no, we shot the interiors here in LA, at a restaurant called L'Orangerie, which is a fancy French restaurant. It's not there anymore, on La Cienega Boulevard. We shot for more than a week, and we shot a bunch of other stuff. I mean, there's a lot of scenes. John shot and improvised a lot, and I keep waiting for them to bring out outtakes from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, because there was tons of stuff. I mean, the valet car parkers, they had a whole story. They had a whole mirror story with what the kids were doing.
Wow, that's cool stuff.
They took the car and they take off. They went and did all this other stuff. They met what was it, 5 years ago, I went to Chicago, and a lot of the cast was there. And we recreated the parade, and they did a lot of stuff. But
maybe they'll do it for the 40th anniversary.
Who knows? Maybe so.
So I did see some of your comedy duo stuff. I was poking around on YouTube. I saw the, what was it, Richard Dawson host. What was it?
The Family Feud.
The Family Feud. That was funny. And then, so now years go by, and you somehow got to work on other great TV shows, and you co-created some stuff like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and you were part of Love Boat Next Wave. I mean,
yes.
How did you move into that field?
From acting, my accountant called me up and said, John, you're out of money. And I said, then I'm going to learn how to be a writer, a comedy writer. And Jimmy always wanted to be a writer, and he's amazingly good at it. But, I'm a ham. I always wanted to be an actor. But like a lot of people do, you write a spec script and you shop it around. And luckily, the first guy, who is a great guy, we just had lunch with him the other day, whose name is Don Rio, who created a lot of great TV shows and put us in a show called Double Trouble with the Twin Girls, 80s fans. And he gave me my first start, and I wrote on Blossom and a million other things since then. And then, you create shows and you go on from there. Direct.
Right. Now tell me about working with on Real Time with Bill Maher.
It's very exciting and very high pressure, because Bill does not compromise, and you start the show on Monday and it's live on Friday, and everybody's watching like the other shows, like the daily shows, like literally the Daily Show and Kimmel and the Tonight Show, because if they do anything that we're planning on doing, it's burned, and so it's gone. And a lot of times, like they talk about on the news, they talk about the Friday news dump. If there's news that's dumped at Friday at 6 o'clock, Bill goes on at 7 live, and and we do the show. We did it. They still do at a lot called CBS Fairfax, and it's where they used to do this. It's where they still do all the soap operas, because it's one of the last places that has those giant antennas that can send a live signal across the country. So it's pretty cool. It was really cool to be, because you're like, oh, I hope this joke works. I hope this sketch or whatever works. And it was very high pressure. The best of all was I got to go with film crews to the Democratic and the Republican conventions and film. And it was Barack Obama was running. It was his first time, and he was don't even remember, he was running against John McCain, and that was exciting.
And I was at the McCain convention. How funny is that? We were in the city. I was a delegate.
We were there together.
There's so many. Those conventions are so fun because like you see everybody. I was in the bathroom and I look next to me and there's John Boyd.
Yes.
It's just that kind of a thing, like when you go to these different conventions and stuff.
I know, and such a different vibe because I was at both of them.
Tell me about working with Matthew Broderick.
It was fantastic. All those guys are fantastic. I see Alan Ruck a lot, and I've worked with him since then. And Matthew was just so natural. And I mean, in retrospect, he was a genius, because you would expect, if you saw that script without seeing the movie, you would think, hey, I'm Ferris Bueller. He'd be big and over the top, and he'd be a gangster and a trickster, and I think that's what everybody, including John, wanted him to do, which was to be bigger and louder. And what he did was, because I'm in the room with him and I'm like, is this guy going to turn it on? And when you see the movie, he's so intimate and so perfect. It's just amazing. But he was great. We did a lot of improvising, and he's just fantastic.
Was he famous when you were making them? I mean, I know he did War Games, but was Ferris the role that put him superstardom, or was he already?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was the 80s, Caswell, so not so sure on the details. He was well known. I think it did a lot to put him over to make him big.
That's cool.
Yes.
So listen, we want to talk about the fact that you're coming to Misquamicut Beach. Now, when you go around and so do you do those Comic-Con things and where people come to see you and chat and do autographs? Do you do that on a regular basis?
No, I don't, and I never have. And this is sort of my start of doing more of that. Plus, I get a great vacation, and we're going to be in Manhattan anyways, and I'm going to zip up and back. And this guy contacted me and said, you are like the great white whale that nobody has, because people do collections of stuff and autographs and stuff. And it's like, where have you been? Was there? And so I'm like, oh, that's a cool thing. That makes people happy. So I'm going to get more into it. Yeah.
Good. So we'll be like your guinea pig here.
Absolutely. We can experiment on each other.
Well, we're going to hope for good weather this weekend because, I mean, it's outside and it's a drive-in. But yeah. So we're looking forward to having you come. And just for the audience out there, we're talking to Jonathan Schmock, who was in. We're talking about Ferris Bueller's Day Off because that's the movie we're going to show this weekend, among the many other things that he's done. So if you come at 6:30 when the gates open, you'll have time to talk to Jonathan, sign some stuff for you, whatever you like, and then about 20 minutes before 9 o'clock. He'll be up on the stage, and on Friday night, Shane Belanger, Saturday night, myself, we'll host the Q&A. You can ask him a question, he can tell us stories, and then we're going to turn it over to you to introduce the movie. So you got to prepare your intro.
Oh, wow. I have to prepare my intro. That's fantastic. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Think up questions. I'll answer them, and if I don't know, I'll make stuff up.
That's what we like, yeah. So if you need to, you need tickets to come to this event. So you want to go to mbadrivein.com, buy your tickets in advance. You can still come the night of and just come in after the gates open, but it's better to get your tickets in advance and get there early so you can put your car up front. The other thing is, Jonathan, instead of applause, you're going to get beeps.
Oh, that's right. It's going to be like Joe Biden.
Right.
Well,
this is how, like, we were driving, and then, last year during COVID, we said, you know what, we're going to put a stage up and have concerts. But what was strange is, you got we had all these bands on stage doing concerts. We had one of our best was Peter Noon from Herman's Hermits.
Yes.
So Peter came last year with just one guitar player because you couldn't play with a band. And he entertained the drive-in and went around in front of all the cars. It was the weirdest thing he's ever done, but he said one of the most memorable things during COVID that he ever did. So that's how it got started. And then we're like, you know what? COVID's over for the most part here, but I think we should still, use the stage and bring folks in to say hi and meet and greet. Certainly makes the movie more interesting to be able to talk to you because you're in it.
Absolutely. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Especially since it's sort of a revival movie and it's a drive-in, and I have memories of drive-ins when I was a kid.
Yeah, we brought the drive-in back about 10 years ago because we said, you know what, there's a whole generation of people, like my kids are 10, 11 and 12 and 14. They never went to a drive-in. So so they get to, and we play some of the classics like Caddyshack and Jaws and all those ones. And your movie is, it's a classic.
Yeah, I guess it is. It's very rewarding because it's like to see kids. I mean, I see people and they say, oh, I love that movie so much. And I've introduced it to my kids and they love it too. There's something that's, I think, very timeless about it, which I can remember at the time. John and the people talking, the wardrobe people about, they didn't want it to be, they wanted there to be something timeless about it, or not set in 1980, whatever it was, 86, I think. And, with the clothes and everything. And I think they got it. And the comedy characters.
Absolutely. Well, and by the way, you know what I'm on the Wesley Town Council, and guess what our town manager's name is?
What?
Rooney.
Wow.
So sometimes I look at him, I go, Rooney?
Rooney. Rooney.
Anyway, maybe he'll come too. So great. So thanks, Jonathan. I look forward to actually meeting you in person. And once again, Friday night, Saturday night, Ferris Bueller at the drive-in with Jonathan. Thanks for talking to us tonight.
Yes. Great to meet you. Looking forward to seeing everybody.
All right. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Well, hey, that's it for tonight. That's Misquamicut Tonight. We hope you've enjoyed it. Once again, please grab your tickets to the drive-in for this coming weekend. It's going to be great. And then a couple weeks after that, we have another great person coming, Burton Gilliam, who was the star of Blazing Saddles, one of the stars, but he's also in Back to the Future Part 3 and Fletch, which are the two movies we're going to show. And then that same week in August, we've got the, oh my God, the Lords of 52nd Street, which was Billy Joel's original band, Richie Cannata on saxophone and Liberty DeVito on drums. So that's going to be a really cool band that's going to play. So there's all these great events plus movies all happening here at Misquamicut Beach. We try to bring all the great entertainment to you. So thanks for watching. Thanks to Jonathan, my guest tonight. And we'll see you all this weekend at Misquamicut Beach.
Hey everybody, it's Avery Movie with some do's and don'ts when you come visit the Misquamicut Drive-In Movie Theater. Do buy your tickets online. Don't bring cash. Do pull up to the stop sign for assistance. Don't park yourself. Do throw your trash in the waste receptacles. Don't be a litter bug. Do turn your lights off. Don't be inconsiderate. come to our concession stand to get some delicious goodies. Don't order delivery. Do buy our sick merch so you can look just like me. Don't commit identity theft. It's a serious crime. And remember, do have fun when you come to visit the Misquamicut Drive-In Movie Theater.